Yo, are we live? Welcome to another episode of Just My Opinion podcast. And I've been trying to tell you guys this for weeks. It's crazy how fanboys, and when I say fanboys, I mean fanboys from both sides. PlayStation fanboys, Xbox fanboys, you fanatics. It's crazy how when you try to bring the gospel, the truth, common sense, when you use common sense to decipher simple English, and then you try to send it to the masses and how the masses treat that information, spin it to whatever format or for whatever opinion they want to spew on social media. And it's crazy. What a time to be alive. What a time to be a gamer on this recent news, which anyone with common sense knew that what Microsoft was saying was factual and accurate to this recent announcement that Call of Duty games, Activision service games, as well as Bethesda service games are going to remain multi-plat. But I just want to stay with the Call of Duty portion. And I kept trying to tell you guys for weeks that this deal makes perfect sense for Microsoft just on the Call of Duty game alone, on this franchise. This franchise prints money. It doesn't make money. It prints money. And you can't continue to print money on a franchise if you just exclusively keep it on one platform or under the umbrella of a Game Pass, or let's just say, hypothetically thinking, Sony acquired Activision. You think Microsoft and Sony is going to be dumb enough to acquire Call of Duty and put it under their service, put it under PlayStation Now, or put it under Game Pass, when Call of Duty is a service? It's a service game. People buy Call of Duty every day, all day, including on their mama's birthday. This game revenue, Call of Duty makes, revenue-wise, makes more money than what PlayStation Now can ever achieve, to whatever Game Pass can ever achieve. So let's just go into the article, shall we? In this article, it states, which if you've been following me, and if you use your common sense, you would have already knew what Microsoft was going to do with Call of Duty and make it a multiplayer. You got Sony fanboys a couple of weeks ago upset and scared and worried that Call of Duty was going to be on Game Pass, or PC gamers and Xbox gamers were going to continue to experience Call of Duty. Call of Duty was only going to be on PlayStation until their contract is up. Because remember, Sony inked the deal to keep Call of Duty and keep the content of Call of Duty on their console, even though if you look at the numbers, more people play Call of Duty than on the Nintendo Switch. More people play Call of Duty more than on an Xbox console. And a lot of people were talking about, oh well, this is doom for PlayStation gamers. PlayStation gamers were on suicide watch. PlayStation gamers, we had to do a welfare check on PlayStation gamers to find out their whereabouts. People were really worried out here in these gaming streets for PlayStation gamers. And then you had PlayStation gamers that couldn't use simple English to read what Phil Spencer said, what Microsoft, the corporation, illustrated. And then they, once again, spin what they ever wanted to believe or feel, because this is all emotion. Started writing their eulogies, talking about, oh, well, you know what? I wasn't a real fan of the Call of Duty franchise, so who cares if a PlayStation gamer can no longer experience Call of Duty after 2 to 3 years when that contract is up? Who cares? You know, we got some of Activision developers who made Call of Duty. They're probably in the lab making a successor for Call of Duty. You know what? Sony should acquire a studio and try to create a Call of Duty clone or a Call of Duty replacement. You had all these PlayStation gamers making all types of excuses, debunking, devaluing Call of Duty. Well, I really don't play it. Sony's going to find a successor for Call of Duty, so we're not worried about it, and boo-hoo. And those PlayStation gamers couldn't even understand basic English. Now comes the news that Call of Duty, we're talking about Call of Duty, is going to be a multi-plat. And now the same things we have to worry about PlayStation gamers weeks ago, we have to worry about Microsoft gamers. Microsoft fanboys, excuse me, not gamers, fanboys. And now they're all on the Twitter timeline calling this move dumb. It makes no sense. Why would you spend $66 billion with a B to make it a multi-plat? And now let's call it. And now you mean to tell me PlayStation, Sony phonies, Sony fanboys can experience Call of Duty? Why spend $66 billion with a B to purchase and acquire Activision? I thought we were going to have Call of Duty on Game Pass. That makes sense, right? Call of Duty makes, if you look at Call of Duty as a whole, of the income it generates, it generates more money than Game Pass. Why would you put a bigger service on a smaller service and exclude the majority of, well, a large portion of the Call of Duty community to not be able to play the game, where they're going to have to sell off their consoles, which I highly doubt that the majority of people are going to still play PlayStation all day, every day. If Call of Duty was no longer on PlayStation, they'll just move on and play other things. They're not going, or common sense, they would just simply just buy an Xbox console or buy a PC, then buy Game Pass. Or they should already have a PC. They should already have an Xbox console. So I don't understand how this news affects Sony fanboys and Xbox fanboys, but we're going to continue that this game is going to be multiplayer. And now you got these Xbox fanboys crying and saying it's unfair and they can't use simple logic, simple math, comprehend simple English. When weeks ago, after processing the information, this is the conclusion I came up with. And now you got Xbox fanboys singing their song and dance about making excuses of, well, I don't play Activision games anyway, so it doesn't affect me. I wasn't a big fan of Activision Call of Duty games anyway. It doesn't affect me. You got one fanboy who said that after hearing this announcement and after Microsoft confirmed that this is correct and this is the correct announcement, and they're co-signing this announcement, Microsoft, Phil Spencer, all echoing this announcement. They're all in unison of this announcement. You got a Microsoft big-time fanboy talking about selling his PlayStation 5 because of this announcement, and somehow, some way, this is a Sony move. He is willing to sell his console, his PlayStation 5 console, because of this recent announcement. This has nothing to do with Sony. This announcement has nothing to do with Sony. This announcement really has nothing to do with your PlayStation 5 that's sitting in your living room. But you feel like this recent announcement, this is Sony's way of flexing their muscle, and Microsoft changing their stance on making Call of Duty an exclusive. And word comes out, I feel like it was a couple of days ago, that they're investigating this acquisition. And a lot of people are stating this is unfair business practices. They're running a monopoly, which Microsoft, this is a Microsoft move. This is not Microsoft Gaming. Microsoft Gaming does not make this big of a move. This is Microsoft. And Microsoft pretty much stated that this is the way they was going regardless. Once again, Call of Duty prints money, folks. It's a service. Call of Duty is a service game where people buy season passes and DLC, Call of Duty points, camos, all that stuff. Call of Duty alone makes more money than Game Pass or PlayStation Now. So why would Microsoft or Sony take a game that is literally printing money? A big service game is that, and you're going to put your biggest service and package it in with PlayStation Now or Game Pass. And if you look at the numbers, people who are subscribed to these services, it's small than the actual people who actually spend money on Call of Duty. Folks, that's like taking Fortnite, another game, another service game that makes buku money on top of money, stacks on top of stacks, and allowing Microsoft or Sony to acquire them, Epic Games, only for Microsoft and Sony to say, you know what will make this game blow up? Business will be booming with this game if we just put it under Game Pass or PlayStation Now. Taking it away from a larger community who are not subscribed to PlayStation Now or Game Pass, who doesn't need Game Pass or PlayStation Now to play Fortnite, because Fortnite is everywhere. And now you want to exclude it from that community to take it to an uncharted community such as PlayStation Now or Game Pass. This is sad, folks. Why would a gamer think or apply logic into believing that this game is going to be exclusively for Microsoft? Give me like 5 minutes. I gotta put this on mute. Sorry. Okay, my bad. Okay, so I'm going to have in the comment section where you should fast forward to when we're talking about this deal. All right, so basically, let me do a quick rundown about this deal. This deal makes perfect sense if you are Microsoft. And if you're narrow-minded about this deal on the standpoint of if you're an Xbox fanatic, an Xbox fanboy, or if you're a PlayStation fanboy, and you spend most of your time and resources on their gaming side, okay? This deal would not make sense to you guys, but it makes perfect sense if you're in business and you're in it as far as a business move, or if you just have common sense. This makes Microsoft acquiring Activision and Blizzard Entertainment. This move is different and it feels different than them acquiring Bethesda. From this standpoint, Bethesda is, when you look at that Bethesda deal, and I stated it, I felt like Microsoft literally spent too much money as far as acquiring Bethesda. Okay? Bethesda titles are not the same as they once were 10 years ago. So I felt like Microsoft spent too much money acquiring Bethesda games. But in retrospect, when you look at it, it's a great move for Microsoft because most or some of those IPs are going to benefit Microsoft gaming division as far as Game Pass. And Phil Spencer has always said that he wants Game Pass. He feels that Game Pass is like the Netflix of gaming. So those Bethesda titles are going to appear in Game Pass. And they're going to be like fillers. And that's where you're going to experience most or some of those titles. Now, there are going to be games under the Bethesda umbrella that's also, I feel like you should call these service games, where they already have a large following and a large community of people supporting and playing these games that are on other platforms, that are on PCs, tablets, smartphones, consoles, that those communities, those diehard people in those communities just can't just simply pack up and like either get an Xbox or get a PC. Now, some people like myself, I have all of the consoles. So this would not affect me if I was a fan of any of those Bethesda titles. Now, as far as Activision and Blizzard Entertainment, look at the bulk of their successful games. Look at Call of Duty, and let's just use Call of Duty and Candy Crush. I'm not even going to talk about Diablo. We'll just or Elder Scrolls. I'm not talking about none of that stuff. Let's just look at Call of Duty and Candy Crush. It will literally make no sense for Microsoft to purchase this company for $66 billion only to make Candy Crush and Call of Duty exclusively for PC or Xbox consoles, or putting it under Game Pass. Let's just say putting it under Game Pass. It literally makes no sense from that standpoint. Why would you take a game like Candy Crush and Call of Duty, which on their own, if you look at them, they're successful games, service games that have a large following and a large community of people supporting and playing these games. It literally makes no sense for them to take a game such as Call of Duty that, if you look at the game on its own, makes practically have more users, have more subscribers, have more of a following, is highly successful, is highly popular, is highly profitable than putting that game in Game Pass with a smaller user base and excluding it away from its other communities, such as PlayStation. More people, the people that play Call of Duty, the majority of, I'm not going to say the majority, but there's a large portion of people who play Call of Duty on PlayStation. And let's just say hypothetically, those people only have, they just have one console. They're not known to purchase multiple consoles from different companies. And that's why I say, why, and a lot of these fanboys on both sides of the fence, Sony and Microsoft, a lot of these guys get upset and they start yelling and complaining and start, being mad at the world, saying that that they're loyal to Microsoft or Sony, and they prefer to play all their games on one platform. But when you hear acquisitions like this, when you hear moves like this, it affects them. Why? And why does it affect them? Because they feel like their loyalty is in question. Like they're saying, well, I've been loyal to you guys. You guys should be loyal to me. That's not how business operates or runs. A lot of these fanboys look at it one way. They look at it like, okay, I invested all my time, resources, and energy, as well as my money to this company. I'm loyal to this company, so this company should be loyal to me. They should make business decisions and business moves based on loyalty. Loyalty doesn't make you more money. Look at Sony. Sony has been in this game for many moons, and a lot of people always state this. I don't think Sony is bankrupt, but Sony has money, but they just can't. They don't have FU type money where they can just throw money to anything and and it's fine. I don't think Sony has that type of money, but I do think Sony has a lot of people in their company that make smart and invest smart. And you don't have to always throw money to a problem. Sometimes the best way to be successful is planning, preparing, and having the right people make the right decisions or make the right moves. And I think that's what Sony is doing. Microsoft, on retrospect, when you look at it, Microsoft is looking at it as, and people can allude to, well, they're just throwing money on their problems and prettying up those problems. A lot of people say Microsoft don't have no games, and then what does Microsoft do? They purchase publishers and studios. And a lot of people get upset about, well, they're not organically growing these studios. They're not creating these studios from the ground up. When you look at the Activision deal, and Blizzard Entertainment deal. This isn't about gobbling up studios or running a monopoly in the gaming industry, in the gaming community, controlling, having leverage, and all these things a lot of people speak of, or you know another bullet in the or another bullet in the chamber for Xbox gamers to gloat at when they're chatting at the Sony community. This move had more to do with making money. You don't spend $66 billion for bragging rights. You don't spend $66 billion to try to run a monopoly in the gaming industry. And I always tell you guys, the gaming industry is so big, it's so large, it's so massive. No one entity can control the gaming industry. Not Sony, not Microsoft, and not Nintendo. So when you look at this move, you look at this move as a business move. They're buying services. That's basically what this move is equating to. They're buying a successful service, and they're not going to, and those successful services such as Call of Duty, they're not just only going. I feel like, and I sort of co-signed this on my other live stream. I can see the narrative of maybe Call of Duty going to Game Pass, where Game Pass, people who purchase Game Pass will probably get to experience Call of Duty a week early or 2 weeks earlier than the rest of the community. And the rest of the community will be fine with it. Because the rest of the community, and when I mean the rest of the community, I'm not talking about PlayStation gamers. I'm talking about Xbox gamers. I'm talking about PC gamers. The rest of that large, massive community is going to purchase Call of Duty from the stores, from retail stores, from GameStop, spend $70, $80, $110 on the standard, the deluxe, and the ultimate edition of Call of Duty. Buy it that way, on top of buying the seasons, on top of buying the DLCs and buying the camos and the skins, weapon skins. They're going to continue to do that, and that equates to even more money that Activision can literally make and get a quicker investment and a quicker profit from dropping $66 billion than to just keep that one game on Game Pass and make your money that way. Microsoft looked at this deal as we're gobbling up services, successful services. If Epic Games and Fortnite was for sale, which they're not, because they're literally printing money as well, Microsoft or Sony would try to acquire them, but they're not for sale. Rockstar, they're not for sale. Why are they going to sell their most successful IP to Sony and Microsoft when they're making money hand over fist? The only reason why Microsoft got their hands on the Activision Blizzard Entertainment deal was the bad press that they're going to have, plus the potential lawsuits, plus developers leaving the company, and all that equates to the possibility of acquiring this company. If this company didn't have all that, what was going on, and if they can keep their talent pool, they would not be for sale. But Microsoft caught them at the right time and at the right opportunity and give them their flowers, give them their respect. A lot of you guys look at these these purchases as well. It should benefit the fanboy. When truth be told, these acquisitions, they're looking at it much more larger and much more deeper. They're looking at it as these are profitable, successful services that's going to generate X amount of dollars, and in return make our company more profitable. I feel like, and I want to say this for the record, particularly when you look at Sony acquiring Bungie, and people say, well, Sony overspent for Bungie. When I can say the same thing about that Bungie acquisition, saying, well, maybe Sony did overspend for Bungie, but when you start reading in between the lines, they really overspent to keep the talent pool there. And Bungie, as well as any other IP that they've been working on, those IPs plus Bungie is still going to be a multi-plat. And Sony is fine with it. Just like Microsoft is fine with Call of Duty being a multi-plat. Because you literally make more money if you allow Destiny 2, which is a service game, Call of Duty, which is a service game, available for everybody, and not keeping it exclusive to PlayStation Now or Game Pass or whatever service. I feel like this is going to be the new wave. This is going to be the new hotness. You heard it here first. Sony and Microsoft, they're looking at it as, you know what? Our heart was in the right place. Yeah, we came out with PlayStation Now, and we came out with Xbox Game Pass, and went into the service business. You know what? Instead of Game Pass or PlayStation Now is our way of getting into the service games, why don't we just purchase all the successful service games, keep them multi-plat, and we can make buku more money doing it that way than excluding it and keeping it under one umbrella of Game Pass or PlayStation Now. I feel like this is going to be the new wave. And moving forward, when Microsoft acquires other studios or other service games, this is the direction they're going to go to. If the Mojang acquisition, when they acquired, I forgot that game. I don't hardly even play that game. Give me a second. I'll think of what the game is. But they made that game multi-plat, and nobody batted an eye about it. Why? Because that's a massive community to sort of say, okay, we're going to keep this only in Game Pass. And if that massive community wants to continue playing this game, they're going to have to buy in to Game Pass. It doesn't work that way, folks. It never has, and it never will. If you already have a proven community that's playing your game, you're not going to cut your nose to spite your face and say, well, the only way we're going to buy this studio, and we're also going to buy this game, and the only way you're going to experience this game is, well, you're just going to have to buy into Game Pass. You're just going to have to buy into PlayStation Now. It doesn't work that way, folks. Sorry, never has, never will. So that's all I got on this. Sorry for the 5-minute pause in between this live stream. Guys, you tell me what you think. Just comment in the comment section. Tell me what you ultimately think. I'll probably do a shorter video, weighing the pros and the cons about this latest news and what Sony and Microsoft moves are going to be moving forward. But I feel like this is going to be the new hotness, where they're just going to buy games that make a lot of money, that has a huge eco base, that has a huge community, a huge following, still supporting the game. This is the way they're going to go. And if you look at Sony, Sony said that they have 10 service games that's going to be coming to the platforms in 2026. Let's just say hypothetically all 10 service games are multi-plats where you can play these games anywhere. This doesn't necessarily mean Sony is abandoning the PlayStation 5 and being exclusive. I feel like every game, every service is going to be on a case-by-case basis. You might have some games that are going to be playable on all platforms. If you look at it from Sony and Microsoft perspective, you may have some games that are going to be exclusively on one service or on one console or platform of choice temporarily. So every game that Microsoft and Sony has is only going to be merit on a case-by-case basis. You just can't just say, okay, well, that game is on Game Pass, so the rest of these games are going to be on Game Pass. It ain't going to work that way. Well, this game is exclusive to the PlayStation 5. That means every game is going to be exclusive for the PlayStation 5. No, you can't look at it that way either. Okay? So, yeah. I'll talk more about this later on, guys. I got to go. I'll see you guys later. Deuces.